Hello and welcome back to another video. In this problem, we're told that the population of a city will decrease by 10% every 10 years. So before we try and find an expression to represent this, let's just try and find some values and say, okay, if the present population is 50,000, that'll be, we can call it year zero, right? Right now is 0 years from now, so the population is 50,000. Okay, so it'll decrease by 10% every 20 years. So let's go 20 years from now, year 20. It's gonna be 50%, or 50,000 minus 10% of 50,000. Okay, and what does that mean? Well, 50,000 is 100% of 50,000. So you can think of this as 100% minus 10% of 50,000. This is 90%. And 90% correlates with 90 over 100, since that's just what percent means. It's out of 100. And this correlates with 0.9. So this is 0.9 times 50,000. Let's go 20 years from now, or 20 years from then is year 40. So we have decreasing 10%, not from 50,000, but from this new value. So we can think of it as 100% of year 20 minus 10% of year 20. All right, it's based off of the last value, decreasing 10% from the year 20 value. So this is going to be 90% of this, which is equal to 0.9 times year 20. Again, just skipping these steps because we just saw that 100% minus 10% results in multiplying by 0.9. So we're going to multiply by 0.9. What is year 20? Well, we have 0.9 times year 20 is 0.9 times 50,000. And so we're seeing 50,000, then 20 years from now, we have to multiply it by 0.9. Then 20 years from that, we have to multiply 0.9 again. Now there's two 0.9s. And we'd see if we kept going, year 60, it'd be 0.9 times 0.9 times 0.9. Year 80, there'd be 4 of them. Year 100, there'd be 5 of them. Okay, how are we going to turn this into an expression? Well, we have 50,000, and then we're multiplying it by 0.9 to some variable, right? And this is correlating with what we're seeing here. It's not these where you have 0.1 times something, or 2 to something. We have these. So we have to think, is it to the 20t or to the t over 20? Well, in year 20, we're multiplying it by 0.9 once. So if we plugged in 20, since 20 is the number of years in these expressions, well, we plug in for 20 in C, we'd get 50,000 times 0.9, good so far, to the 20t, which is also 20. So this is to the 400th power. Well, that's not what we want. We're only multiplying it by 0.9 once, not 400 times, which is what we'll see if we plug it into D. We have 0.9 to the t over 20. Well, we're year 20, so it's 20 over 20, which is 1. So we have 50,000 times 0.9 to the 1. This is just 0.9. So we're only multiplying it by 0.9 once, which is what we want. So it's going to line up with the D. It's going to be your final answer. As always, thank you for liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.